Alex is 22. He's sitting on his bed, phone in one hand, his white cat curled against his leg. On his screen, AI hype, crypto spikes and crashes, meme stocks, side hustles, and passive income gurus. Every second video yells, "You're already behind." Somewhere in that chaos, he sees a clip of an old guy with big glasses and a quiet voice talking about slow and boring investing, Warren Buffett. Alex thinks, cool, he's rich. But what does an old billionaire from a completely different time know about my world? More than you'd think. In this video, we're going to imagine if Warren Buffett were 22 today, in 2006 with AI, crypto, TikTok, and chaos, what 7 rules would he use to build wealth as Gen Z? We'll translate his core ideas into a modern AI-era playbook you can actually use. Let's get into it. Rule 1. Focus on your highest return asset, yourself. Warren Buffett has said his best investment wasn't a stock, it was public speaking training, a skill that made him more effective for the rest of his life. If he were 22 today, he would still say the best thing you can do is invest in yourself. Learning to communicate clearly in writing and in person, learning how to use AI tools to work faster. Alex's version looks like this: 1 to 2 hours a day building real skills, using AI to learn faster. Creating a small portfolio, projects, content, case studies. Buffett's mindset: you're your own most important asset. Make you more valuable first. Rule 2. Keep it simple. 80 to 90% in index funds. Buffett has been very clear. Most people should just buy low-cost index funds and hold them. He even told his own estate to put 90% in an S&P 500 index fund and 10% in short-term bonds. If he were 22 in 2026, he'd see AI hype, stock influencers, 1,000 hot picks per day, constant predictions. And he'd probably still say, don't try to outsmart the market, own the market. For Gen Z, that means open a trusted, regulated brokerage or investing app. Set up automatic monthly investments into broad, low-cost index funds. Don't panic when it goes down, don't get cocky when it goes up. Alex's system, 80 to 90% of his investing money, goes into boring index funds. He automates it every month so he doesn't have to think about timing. Buffett's principle: simplicity beats brilliance when brilliance is distracted. Rule 3. Avoid hype. If everyone's screaming, be quiet. Buffett loves the phrase, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. Translation for Gen Z: when everyone on your feed says this coin, stock, or AI play will 10x, be skeptical. When everybody is bragging about making money easily, remember, very few people post their losses. If Buffett were 22 today, he would not be chasing every meme, every coin, every AI penny stock. He'd probably watch it, maybe read about it, but mostly sit on his hands. Alex's rule becomes, if something is everywhere on social media and it sounds like easy money, he assumes it's either temporary hype or too risky for his core money. Buffett's vibe: you don't have to swing at every pitch. You just need a few good swings in your whole life. Rule 4. Moats. Look for businesses that are hard to kill. One of Buffett's biggest ideas is the moat. A moat is what protects a business from competitors, like a castle with water around it. Moats can be strong brand, Apple, Nike, network effects, cost advantage. Switching costs, it's hard to leave their system. Patents, data, regulation, etc. If Buffett were 22 today, he wouldn't only ask, will this stock go up? He'd ask, does this business have a moat that keeps it valuable? For Gen Z, that means, when you invest in individual companies, the smaller slice of your portfolio, you ask, what do they do better than others? Why will people still use them in 10 years? What would make customers leave? Alex's behavior: he keeps most money in index funds. If he picks a stock, he asks moat questions first. Instead of just checking, will it moon? Buffett's rule: it's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. Rule 5. Time in the market, timing the market. Buffett has never pretended he can predict every crash. What he does believe is, time is the friend of the wonderful business, and the stock market is a device for transferring money, from the impatient to the patient. If he were 22 today, he'd see AI boom, market volatility, inflation worries, recession talk, social media panic with every red day, and he'd still likely do the same thing. Buy good, broad index funds, maybe some strong individual companies, hold them for decades. For Gen Z, that means you don't need to guess next month. You need to stay invested over the next 10 to 30 years. Short-term crashes are normal, they're not always a reason to sell. Alex's strategy: sets up auto-investing. Ignores most daily price moves, only reviews his portfolio occasionally, not 10 times a day. Buffett's wisdom: our favorite holding period is forever. You don't have to hold forever, but thinking in years changes everything. Rule 6. Stay in your circle of competence. Buffett talks about the circle of competence. Know your circle of competence and stick within it. You don't have to know everything. You just have to know what you actually understand. In 2026, there are a million things you could try to understand. Deep AI models, crypto, DeFi protocols, options and leverage, NFTs and metaverse bets, complex trading strategies. If Buffett were 22, he would likely pick a few areas he understands well, a few kinds of businesses or funds, and ignore the rest. For Gen Z, that means it's okay to say, I don't get this, so I'm not putting money in. You don't need a hot take on everything. The less you understand it, the smaller your position should be, if any. Alex's rule, if I can't explain how this thing makes money to a 12-year-old in 2 to 3 sentences, I'll keep my money out or just test it with a tiny amount. Buffett's principle, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. Rule 7, live below your means so you can invest above average. Buffett is famously not flashy for someone with his net worth. Same house for decades, no crazy flex lifestyle, loves simple routines. Why? Because wealth comes from owning assets that grow, not constantly upgrading your lifestyle every time your income rises. If he were 22 today, he'd be surrounded by flex culture, designer everything, soft life posts, expensive normal, subscriptions, food delivery, etc. And he'd probably still say, you don't have to live like a monk, but if all your money goes to lifestyle, nothing is left to grow. For Gen Z, this looks like controlling big leaks, housing, food, car, debt, subscriptions, deciding which luxuries are actually worth it, making sure that as income rises, investing rises too. Alex's move tracks 1-2 key categories where he overspends, maybe food delivery and impulse online shopping, cuts them by 20-30%, redirects the difference into his index fund and savings. Buffett's unsexy truth. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Putting it all together, Buffett as Gen Z, if Warren Buffett were 22 today, in Alex's shoes, surrounded by AI, memes and chaos, his plan might look like this. Invest in himself first. Daily skill building, communication, using AI well. Auto-invest most money in index funds, boring, broad, long-term. Ignore most hype, watch, maybe learn from it, but don't chase. Pick a few great businesses with moats, only if he really understands them, and only with a smaller part of his money. Stay invested for decades, letting compounding work quietly. Stay in his circle of competence, admit what he doesn't understand, and keep risk small there. Live slightly below his means so he always has money to buy assets, not just upgrades. Alex doesn't have Buffett's billions, neither do you, but you don't need them. You need Buffett-style rules applied to a Gen Z world. Use AI to learn and earn more, not to bet everything. Use index funds to own the global economy without day trading every headline. Use patience as your secret weapon in a world addicted to speed. CTA, which of these 7 rules hit you the hardest? Invest in yourself, keep it simple with index funds, avoid hype, look for moats, time in the market. Circle of competence, live below your means. Drop the number in the comments, 1 to 7, and tell me why. And if you want calm, Buffett-style money wisdom translated for Gen Z in the age of AI and chaos, subscribe to Confident Wealth Wisdom. We'll keep taking the best ideas from investors like Warren Buffett and turning them into simple, realistic moves you can make right now.